Oh, I guess Bathurst for any driver is the pinnacle of Australian motorsport. It's the race we all want to win, the race we all want to compete in. And it's probably the hardest slogged day that you do in any racing. So yeah, 1,000 Ks of racing, you've got to rely on pit crew, the co-drivers. You can't put a foot wrong, and there's 99 things that can go wrong and one thing can go right, and you need a lot of luck on your side to be able to stand on the top step. So for me, it's the best race, not only in Australia to win, but the best race you could win possibly around the world. For me, growing up as a youngster, it was never about becoming being 12 years old and say, hey, I'm going to go to supercars. There's so many hard slogged years across the way to get here. So the only reason it actually sunk in that I became a supercar driver was actually the first year that I actually got to step in 13. So even when I decided at 15, 16, it was instead of deciding, hey, I want to go chase a career at supercar, it was, hey, I would like to go do some big car races like, Formula Ford and stuff like that. It was kind of hard to inspire to be a supercar driver because it was such an unbelievable dream to actually even think of that was possible. I was too scrawny to be a football player, wasn't very talented with a tennis racket or anything like that, so to drive a car, a bitumen little go-kart around a track was just so mind-blowing for a young fella, and have the opportunity for my family to go and do that with me was really awesome. It's crazy. So 2014 started last off the grid. We had okay pace, but not that great pace for qualifyings and stuff like that. In the race, the car was actually really fast. We trucked along. There was a lot of safety cars, a lot of red flag. It was just the most bizarre Bathurst you've ever seen. We ended up jumping back up in the last 20 laps into about a top 5 position with a great pace car. And then, yeah, everything went down in the last 20 laps. We ended up popping up into second. The guy in front was a bit worried for fuel, and he was actually a lot faster than us. We double stinted our tyres in that last one, which hurt us a bit. But just put my head down. It was actually fun just trying to get the most out of the car for the last 20 laps and kind of having your own space on the track. The last few laps, closing down, he came back to me with obviously conserving fuel, and yeah, just had to have a crack, and got past him at the end of the elbow. I couldn't believe it. It was just started last and win the race. It shows it doesn't so much where you qualify here, but just you just need a lot of luck on your side, which is I think what I keep trying to draw here every year. You make one mistake and it turns out bigger. Normally if you made a mistake like that at a track which didn't have walls close to it, you just drop a wheel off in the dirt and you carry on, or you have a little spin here and you carry on. But this place bites. It bites you hard. It needs full respect to get through it. And yeah, actually the day that I did crash, I was just having so much fun out there. It's as simple as that. People think that sometimes it can get a bit too serious and you make mistakes under pressure, but for me I made a mistake under having an absolute ball out there. Once I come to a stop, it was like, all right, let's just check myself out, all the adrenaline. Didn't realise I had any broken bits until I just did a bit of a system check myself. I broke my femur, tore my medium ligament off the inside of my knee there, tore my meniscus, and broke my wrist. So that were the main injuries. I was very grateful for the great help we have here with supercars. All I know from the moment of that crash to the moment I was at the hospital the next day and after surgeries is how quickly can I get back in my race car. This year's been a hard slog. We've changed a lot from last year. Last year we struggled as a team and performance-wise, and this year, we've had a couple of wins and we've had a lot of podiums and got to spray champagne a lot, which is what we love to do. So yeah, this year's great. We're still a little bit behind where we need to be. We're slowly starting to get on top of the things that we need to get on top of, and I think if we come up short this year, which we're still in it at the moment, to try and see if we can get amongst it. Hopefully we'll have a good slingshot into next year. I find if you keep your goals small and you achieve them, then anything else is possible after that.